JRM, Joy and Resonance into Magic. I'm not going to pretend I have a formula for that. I have experienced it. And I remember there have been different elements, chanting, fires, little sacrifices, a constant calling of joy and celebrating, honoring the joy in the universe. Also, I have used gracias cycles or much obliged cycles. Remember working in a kitchen where lots of food got wasted, and I tried to say something about it, but it wasn't the right place to do that. And so before working, I will stand meditating, waiting for my time to start working. And I use that time to give thanks, to say gracias tierra, gracias agua, gracias sol, gracias viento. Much obliged land, much obliged sun, much obliged water, much obliged rain, much obliged wind, much obliged seed, much obliged plant, much obliged tomato, much obliged cheese, much obliged cow, much obliged farmer, much obliged laborer, farm laborer, much obliged driver, much obliged cooks, much obliged kitchen workers, much obliged salt, much obliged pepper, much obliged cumin, much obliged sunflower seeds, much obliged almonds, much obliged spinach, much obliged fire, much obliged bird, much obliged worm, much obliged snow, much obliged clouds, much obliged trees, and so on. And I found that by doing this mantra, this repetition of thank you, good things started happening in the kitchen. We started composting a lot less. The cooks were like, no, don't compost that. I can make a soup with that. And save that in the refrigerator. And I found myself going from composting a whole bin, garbage bin of compost in one shift to composting very little. Just the bottom of the bin. And I was amazed. No talking, no planning. To me, it was magic that something, not that I desire personally, something I thought was good for celebrating and honoring this divine universe, that was happening. Setting an intention, have an intention, which is completely different from gaining something personally. Magic cannot be used for our own solace or the solace of others, as Carl Jung wrote in the Red Book. Even that was a magic moment for me. I heard about the Red Book. This book, Carl Jung kept on his desk where he wrote notes and made drawings, and sounded really amazing. And the Carl Jung estate kept it tight and didn't let it to be shared much with the outside work until they allowed for the publication of a reproduction. And through interlibrary loans, I got my hands on one of these reproductions of the Red Book. And I thought, I'm going to open it in some random place to see if there's a message for me. And I opened it on around page 129, which is my birthday, January 29. First of all, what are the chances? And then it was all a discussion about magic. Carl Jung was talking about being offered magic. It was a dialogue between himself and his soul. The soul was offering Carl Jung magic, and Carl Jung was saying, well, should I accept this? And the soul was telling him, you cannot use it for your own solace or the solace of others. And Carl Jung was asking the soul, but so that means not loving others. No, you do love others. And the magic was represented by this scepter that was a black snake. I was blown away by all this because it made clear some things I had been struggling with because I had witnessed magic and I thought I had invocated magic, and I had somehow in a crazy time of bonfires and setting intentions made something happen that was very positive, and that was another story, but not positive for my person, again positive to protect a large piece of land from being decimated for a mining project. And that made it very clear. Magic is not for personal solace. How do you invoke magic? It's joy resonance. Joy resonance brings magic. Spoke before about resonance, the circuit that resonates, the capacitor and the inductor that resonate at one frequency, and that makes them capable of catch the radio signal, and that's how we hear radio. Remember radio, that device? Remember making a radio as a kid that didn't use any batteries. Amazing. Just the energy of the radio wave was enough to provoke resonance between the inductor and the capacitor, and that was backed by a little amplifier that fed an auricular, and I could hear radio without battery. What a concept. Should make that again. No solar panels, no cranking a level, just the very energy of the radio waves. That resonance, we can create resonance with joy too, and with grief, which is a different issue. And when we have joy resonance, we create magic. This universe is full of magic. Sometimes we may call it a law of nature, but this magic, the E is equals mc squared I was talking about before, that's magic. What was it? Every human being on the planet holding in each hand a 100-watt lamp for a minute, on for a minute around the planet, almost 8 billion people with 2 lamps in each hand for a minute. All that could be powered by 1 gram of matter. That's the energy containing 1 gram of matter. If we transform that 1 gram of matter completely in energy, that's how much energy there is. Now that's magic. Call it physics, science, but it's magical. The universe is full of magic, and we can make it, we can induce it, enhance it, go into resonance. It's like those radio waves, they are all out there. There are hundreds of radio waves out there. We tune to one particular frequency, we resonate in that frequency, then we can hear that radio wave. So maybe this is interesting. I just thought of this and get into this now. We are not making magic, we are tuning to this magic. That's what it is. Of course, I'm not creating magic, but the magic is out here. The creativity of this universe is out here. And if I resonate at a particular frequency, if I open up to resonating in that frequency, I can tune to that frequency, to that magic in that frequency. JRM, Joy Resonance into Magic. JRM, my own freaking initials. About invoking magic and not seeking solace. Last night I invoked magic, did several cycles of Gracias Enchanted, and then suddenly there was the clearest night I had had here in 2 months, and there were stars everywhere, bright. You could see the Milky Way clearly. I even saw a meteor, only the second time I see one here in 2 months, and clear right on the river. Was that for me? Not really, right? It's not something I was seeking in particular, but it was a wonderful gift. It was what I needed. Brought peace to my mind, made me feel infinite and one with the universe. And now I've been also invoking magic this afternoon, and this storm has been lingering across the river and downriver. By the power of the winds that have preceded it, it's going to be strong. It is a very magical storm, I can tell. It's different, it's very special. I didn't seek solace, I didn't seek protection from the storm. I just packed my camp, and I'm going to move under a metal roof because I can see how big this one is. And maybe that's the magic, that this is going to be a really big storm. Does it benefit me? Not really. But that's what maybe this place needs right now. For some of these trees to shed some old branches, and even for some of the trees to be repurposed. It's like that Rolling Stones song. Sometimes you don't get what you want, but what you need. You may not get what you want, but what you need. Invoke magic and get what you need. Like the biggest storm I've seen here in a while.